If you're going through that spell, because we all go through that spell sometimes, look for something good that he's doing, because I guarantee you, a good man is always doing something good. Look for something that he's doing that's good and praise him. Start looking for the best in him. Stop criticizing all the time and start looking for the best. You're shifting that, right? So instead of you criticizing, and what happens is that he gets in a place where he starts to get withdrawn, start to feel bad, start ignoring. When you start to look for the best and you start to compliment him and you start to make them feel good about themselves, you are going to see a change. So instead of you constantly comparing about the way he drives, the way he does this, the way he does that, look for something and say, wow, babe, I can't believe you did that. Like, you killed it, right? Like, wow, like, I never seen somebody do this that fast. Whatever it may be, if it's something that he also loves, like if you know he loves to eat and he bragging about wings all the time, babe, yo, you kill those wings, yo. I never seen somebody eat hot wings like you just. It could be something so simple. We all need positive affirmation. We all need to feel good about ourselves. So do that. Look for something good. Really, if you were like, damn, Joanne, at this point, I can't find anything good in him, then you don't need to be with him and he don't need to be with you. Okay. But if you're going through that spell, because we all go through that spell sometimes, look for something good that he's doing, because I guarantee you, a good man is always doing something good. Look for something that he's doing that's good and praise him. And it could be something as simple as there was a lot of dishes in the sink and you were doing something else. You came back and the dishes was washed. Don't just, about time he washed the dishes. No. Babe, thank you so much for washing the dishes. I truly appreciate it. Guess what's going to happen? The next time he's going to wash dishes again, because he's going to say, oh, she appreciates it. But if you don't say nothing, he going to be like, I wash the dishes. She didn't even say nothing. I'm not going to wash it again. Because as human nature, we want to be praised for these things, right? Our man, they want to be praised. So if it's something as simple as that, if you want that change, praise him and you will see that change happen naturally, right? Think about you. Think about yourself. When a change is going to happen, when he gives you a compliment, don't you feel like you want to do that again? When he like, oh, baby, you look so good in the outfit. Don't you want to get some more outfit like that so you could look good? Think about those things. Reciprocate. Vice versa. I say vice versa. Vice versa. My husband's like, it's not vice versa. It's not extra A in it. The whole point is do it. Do it. You want it to be done for you. You do it for him as well. The last one, accept his support. If he's supporting you with something, allow him to support you. You don't have to be like, oh no, I got this. I could do this by myself. Stop it. Stop. So let me give you guys an example for me, right? I'll be thinking I'm so strong, I can carry things by myself and this and that, right? We go to the supermarket together and, coming in and he's like, the jugs, the gallon of water. And I'm like picking it up and he's like, babe, I got this. And I'm like, nah, I got this. What the hell? It's a big ass strong man, 6'3", and look at me. Why I'm not letting him carry the jug of water? Who the hell am I to be like, I got this. Why am I doing that to myself? Let him carry the water, Joanne. Let him carry it. When they want to help and support us, let them support us. Because on one hand, we're going to be like, oh, he never support us. He never help us. He never do anything. Why? Because when they ask, we're constantly shutting it down. And human nature, if you keep getting rejected, eventually you're going to be like, forget you, right? So, ladies, accept the support. And if the support is not exactly how you want, talk to them properly and you let them know exactly what you want, right? Because it's a two-way street. If they're not doing it right, that's because there's a gap within the communication. So make that communication happen properly so you can allow them to support you, because we shouldn't have to do everything by ourselves. That's why we have a partner. We have a partner so that they can support us. So accept it when they want to support us. Stop saying, no, I got this by myself. No, I can do it by myself. No, I'm so strong. No, I'm so this. No, Stop that. Allow them to help you. And you do the same. But I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Allow them to help you and support you, okay? We got a good man. We know he's a good man. He has proven himself to be a good man. We got to match that. We got to be a good woman also. We have to match that level. We have to show that we appreciate him. Let's match that level. When we emasculate a man, you do it enough, he gonna get fed up. So don't sit there and thinking that, oh, he's not going anywhere. I'm going to keep treating him the way that I'm treating him and he's going to stay with it. Everybody has their breaking point. No matter how much he loves you, at some point he's going to realize, guess what? I love myself and I know I'm a good man and there are females out there who would love to be with me. I'm not going to put up with this itch anymore and I'm going to start moving. And so I figure out any of the things that I'm saying. Are you like, damn, I've done that? I didn't realize that I was doing that, but I've done that. And if you have, I hope that's a wake-up call for you to start changing because it's something huge. That's a red flag. As I talked about red flags for females to look out for, these are red flags for men to look out for. And compare them to others. Us comparing them to somebody else. First of all, we don't even really know that the other person that we're comparing them to is really doing what we think they're doing, right? Because we're not in their house, we're not their wife, we're not their spouse, we're not their girlfriend, we're not their partner, we're not doing any of those things. So we're just talking and we are bringing our partner down to another man who's not even our man. So we really need to be aware of that. We really need to stop comparing our partners to somebody else, because that's only making them feel worse about themselves and it's making them slowly withdraw away from you. So when you're wondering like, oh, why he not doing that no more? Again, if he was doing it, why did he stop? Start to think about these things. Like we make them feel unworthy. So it's like, oh, I wish you got me a bigger ring, or I wish you were making more money, or I wish, back to comparing, that you were more like so-and-so, right? What we're doing to them is we are slowly crushing their confidence, right? We are demoralizing them. We are taking their manhood away because a man wants to make him feel like, you know what? Yeah, my lady loves me. My lady appreciates me. My lady know that I work hard for him. So if we're constantly saying, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, I don't know why you do this, I don't know why you do that, how do you think that's going to make him feel? Again, let's start being more mindful and think about the things that we do. Criticize and downplay his achievements. Now, ladies, when you got with him, you knew what it was about, okay? You knew his level of education. You knew the type of job that he did. Like, you know those things. So, with that said, relationship is about growth and humankind is about growth, right? So you want for your relationship to not be the same way as it was in the beginning. You don't want it to be stagnant. You want it to continue to grow, continue to evolve. So if your man is making moves, even though those moves may not be as big as moves as you may have wanted, you have got to acknowledge that he is making moves, okay? Because sometimes, depending on where you live, who you are, what your race is, what your ethnicity is, what your gender is, making moves is not as easy. You have blocks all the time, things blocking you all the time. So if they're still making that moves, say, you know what, babe? That's all right. You didn't get that big promotion, but at least you got so-and-so. At least you're doing better. At least you've gotten better at this. At least you got that client. Look for something positive to say, because guess what? As the wife, as the partner, as the girlfriend, you are something special in their life. You are actually one of the most special thing in their life. And what you say is golden to them. If you uplift them and say positive things to them and make them feel good, make them feel like a man, guess what? they are going to feel like a man and they're going to feel like they can conquer the world. But if you sit there and you say negative things and you criticize them and you tell them they're not good enough and you compare them to someone else, they're going to start feeling real small. And when they start feeling real small, when men start feeling insecure, that's when you get those bad guys out there. That's when you get those guys who start cheating, right? Because you're cheating because you're insecure about yourself, right? You get those bad guys out there who are abusing, right? Females, abusing drugs. You get these things because all of a sudden they don't feel good about themselves. Now, get it straight. I'm not trying to say that as females, we are responsible for a man's behavior. No, no, no. I'm not saying as females, it is up to us to make a man feel good about himself. No, 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 no. But what I'm saying is as a partner, it is the same way. He got to make you feel good about you and you got to make him feel good about him. That's what I'm saying. Be aware of what you're doing when you got a good man. And when I say that, it's when you yourself, not what other people define as a good man, but when you got with him and you say, damn, he's a good man. When you stop and you reflect and you find that when you talking to your friends, when you're in that good mood and you hearing the things that they saying about their man and you're like, damn, I got a real good man. Then the next sentence should say, I should stop doing that crazy shit that I'm doing because I don't want to mess that. Right? Because we're not in our 20s no more. And even if you're in your 20s, right? Your looks not going to stay forever. So if you got that good man, act like the good woman he deserves and stop criticizing him. Stop comparing him. Stop I told you I was going to say demasculate. Stop emasculating him. Stop doing that, all right? Let's work together. Let's bring our man up. Let's help him be the best that he could be. Not bring him down so he could be the worst that he could be, all right? Because we don't want him to get to depression. We don't want him to get to anxiety. We don't want him to get to some type of mental illness because we sit there traumatizing him and we sitting there abusing him, okay? Stop emasculating your man. Let him be a man. Make him feel like he is a man. Okay. And again, when we say make him feel like a man, it don't matter a man or a woman. We're going to talk about women smart. Is that make them feel worthy. That's the whole point. When I say make him feel like a man, make him feel worthy. Make him feel worthy of you. Make him feel worthy of himself. That's what we do. Because ladies, we have the power to do that. And again, as I say that, don't take on his negative behaviors. Don't take that on yourself. If he acting up, don't be like, oh, he not being a man. He's not acting up because of what I'm doing. No, no, no. Look at the situation. If you are doing something, you take accountability. If you ain't doing shit, don't take accountability for it. You hear me? Don't do that. Don't put yourself in that situation. But again, if you're putting him down, check yourself. Like I said, if you're going to comment because you disagree with what I say, be respectful in your comment. You could tell me off with nice words. Be respectful, okay? Stop telling him how to spend his money, okay? Listen, if he works for his money and he provides, he does what he got to do. He take care of his family. He take care of you. He's paying your credit card bill. He's not bugging you and saying you need to pay half the rent, you need to pay half the food. He's not saying any of those things, right? If he's doing what he got to do, stop checking his wallet. Stop being like, oh, you shouldn't spend money on this, or you should buy this. Stop it. It's not your money. It's his money. It's his money. He worked hard for that money. Let the man be a man and let him spend his money the way he feels like spending it. So if he wants to go and buy something stupid as hell, that's expensive as hell, if he does not splurge all the time, let him splurge that one time. Let him feel good about his purchase. He worked hard for that money. You hear, ladies? As long as he's doing the things that he got to do, he's already taking care of the bills in the house. He's taking care of you. He's taking care of business. Let the man spend his money to do what he got to do. You don't have to control his bank account every single second. saying that your man is too sensitive because he wants to express his feelings, right? So it's like so funny, right? Because traditionally, men's behavior, they have to be so masculine, right? They have to be that brute dude who don't say anything, and it's like he suppresses his emotions. And as females, we're like, no, I want a guy who's able to communicate. I want him to be able to talk. So now we live in a society with therapy is like all the time. You hear therapy all the, which by the way, side note, when I was younger, people did not talk about therapy, right? It's like therapy was looked down on. If you went to therapy, oh my God, you're so crazy. Oh my God, you're in a loony bin. You talk about therapy. Or it's like rich people. And again, when they went to therapy when they were rich, that's because they had a breakdown. Now we live in a new world, new era where therapy is like a status, right? It's like, oh my God, I'm going to talk to my therapist. Oh my God, my therapist this, my therapist that. Like, it's crazy how the world has become. So it just blows my mind. So back to it. So yeah, so now we have a guy who is expressive, right? Who wants to say, let's talk about these things. And some of us are like, why he complaining? Why he so sensitive? Why he so... Stop doing that, because when he shut down, you're going to have a problem with that too. So if he is sensitive, that is okay. That means he's talk things through. Stop bashing the guy because he wants to communicate, because he has great communication skills, because he's able to express his emotions in a proper manner. Because guess what? You do that too. So it's okay for females to express their emotions, but it's not okay for a guy to express the emotion. That makes no sense at all. Respect his emotions. Respect that he's opening up to you and he's telling you these things as opposed to keeping it closed. Respect that and meet him halfway. And if he is that, as I say that, I do know sometimes some people may complain a lot. And if that is that, then talk about and come up with more effective way of communication. Because guess what? Complaining is not going to get things done. You should express yourself and you should have plans on, okay, this happened. So how do we make this and that happen? Because if we're just complaining, nothing's going to change. We're just complaining. So I get that, right? But talk to him, talk to your partner and figure out ways to move on and stop saying that he's too emotional. Stop doing that, ladies, because once again, that is emasculating him and we don't want to do that. So with that said, like I said, that was me going off a little bit. I appreciate you being here with me and listening to the things that I had to say. And I really hope that if you like the content, if you like what I got to say, definitely like, subscribe. On that note, I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.